This is Girard-Perregaux Laureato Chronograph, and in this video I will review it. Laureato is one of the most underrated luxury chronographs with integrated bracelet in my opinion. And it's a pretty cool watch. The Laureato Chrono doesn't get enough love compared to its competitors. But let's discover this watch together, and you'll let me know whether you agree with me or my love for Girard-Perregaux makes me biased. Yes, I do have a soft spot for Perregaux. I used to have an older Richeville model and two vintage gyromatic models. One vintage gyromatic is still in my collection, and I would be happy to add more Perregaux to my collection. An interesting thing about this particular watch is with the bracelet. Someone was trying to turn all the polished center links of the bracelet to brushed but didn't finish the job. You may notice that some middle links of the bracelet are actually brushed. I reviewed the regular Laureato in 42mm before, and I always wanted to have my hands on any of the chronograph variants. And the watch did not disappoint me. I think that the chrono fits and looks even better on the wrist compared to the three-hander. I like some hyped watches as much as the next watch enthusiast, but I also find myself often leaning towards watches that are not popular or forgotten by the crowd. I have several watches on my wish list that no one talking about, and I would be happy to see it stay that way. Girard-Perregaux Laureato Chronograph gained much more recognition during the COVID era and integrated bracelet watches craze, as the world went bananas for all the Royal Oaks, Nautiluses, and Overseases. When those icons have become an unobtainium, people naturally went for the next best thing. So the Laureato got its time in the limelight. With a more soft market today, while the demand for the icons is still high, the underdogs like Laureato are becoming more available. So it's a good opportunity to get a high horology luxury chronograph for a good price. And I think that the Laureato Chrono is one of the best looking luxury chronograph with integrated bracelet on the market today. But enough with preamble, let's talk about the watch I had my hands on for a week. Big thanks to Karan from Wrist Time Company for lending me this watch for review. Check out the Wrist Time Company Instagram and reach out to Karan if you are looking for a watch. He is great at sourcing any watch you are looking for. The Laureato Chronograph is a seriously good looking watch. The first thing that hits you is the dial. This particular model comes with a stunning deep blue Claus de Paris pattern that beautifully dances in the light. It's not a flat blue, there's nice texture and depth here. The three subdials are painted slightly darker blue, but thanks to the radial pattern and contrast hands and numerals, the subdials have a good readability. You have chronograph minutes at 9, hours at 6, and running seconds at 3 o'clock. The blued applied indices and hands are rhodium plated and filled with superluminova. That provides great legibility for both day and nighttime. Different dial patterns, contrast hands, and steps from the subdials to the chapter ring add a rich visual depth to the watch. There are also a few different dial color combinations available with this model, Panda including. The date window is tucked between 4 and 5 o'clock. Subtle, but it's there if you need it. The GP logo at 12 is crisp and perfectly proportioned. Overall, the dial is busy in the best way. Sporty, elegant, and never boring. This model is 42mm in diameter, but thanks to the integrated bracelet and the clever case geometry, it wears more like a 40mm watch in my opinion. The octagonal bezel is brushed on top, polished on the facets, and sits atop a round ring. Added to the integrated bracelet case, and you get the classic GP Laureato DNA that brand carries since the model was launched in 1975. The watch's case is made out of 904L steel. Thickness is where the watch truly shines. It's only 12mm, which is very impressive for an automatic chronograph with in-house movement. The watch measures about 50mm lug to lug, but the curved case and integrated bracelet tapers nicely and hugs the wrist, making it one of the most comfortable luxury chronographs I've tried. I like how the watch fits on my 17cm wrist. It's not a small watch, but it's right in the sweet spot for me. It has a substantial enough presence but doesn't look like a large watch. The integrated bracelet is another highlight of the watch. It's all brushed with polished center links and tapers nicely. The butterfly clasp is secure and comfortable. The bracelet doesn't have any on-the-fly or quick adjustment systems like many of integrated bracelets, but there are smaller links available, so I was able to find a very close to perfect fit for my wrist. The bracelet can be easily adjusted with screw pins. The watch is powered by the GP0330-0138, an in-house automatic chronograph movement. Unfortunately, the watch comes with the closed back case, so you won't be able to enjoy the beauty of this Girard-Perregaux movement, which is a true high-end movement with very good finishing, featuring Côte de Genève and perlage. It has about 46 hours of power reserve and stop-second function. I think that this Laureato chronograph is a true go anywhere, do anything watch. It's rated to 100 meters of water resistance, so you don't have to worry about getting it wet. The case finishing is top-notch. Brushed and polished surfaces play with the light, and the watch feels solid but not heavy. The watch has a sporty look, but at the same time, nothing crazy. The blue dial is very versatile. Dress it up with a shirt, go casual with a tee, or take it on vacation with you. It will work for any of those occasions. You have a screw-down crown and screw-down chronograph pushers for better water resistance. The chronograph action is crisp and satisfying. The chronograph function is practical and fun to use, and you also get a date function with this watch, which is nice to have. The dial is a real highlight. The Clou de Paris texture catches the light beautifully. The chronograph layout is classic, easy to read with just enough visual interest to keep you staring at your wrist a little longer than necessary. This is good value watch. Because Girard-Perregaux isn't hyped to the moon, you can actually find the Laureato chronograph at 40 to 50% off retail on the secondary market. That's insane value for a watch of this quality, heritage and finishing. You are getting high horology without the waitlist or the flex culture. The Laureato chronograph is the kind of watch you buy because you love watches, not because you want to impress strangers. It's one of those watches that can be considered as a stealth wealth item. In a world obsessed with Royal Oaks and Nautiluses, the Laureato is that cool, quiet underdog, full of heritage, style, and actually available. If you want a chronograph that stands out from the crowd, offers real watchmaking pedigree, and feels fantastic on the wrist, the Laureato chronograph is a no-brainer. It's elegant, sporty, and just different enough to make you feel good about this understated choice. A luxury watch you can wear without risking to be mugged over a watch. In a sea of hype and scarcity, it's refreshing to have a watch you can actually enjoy with no drama attached.